Live templates are used to insert common constructs into your code. You can think of them as something similar to a code shortcut. A live template consists of an abbreviation that, when used, expands to real code. For example, the abbreviation void expands to a new empty function, and the abbreviation fun2 expands to a function with 2 arguments. To create a new live template, we go to the IntelliJ Preferences and Editor. There, we can find a section called Live Templates that contains a lot of templates grouped by type. We're going to create a new Kotlin live template, so we open the Kotlin group and click the plus button. The first step is to add an abbreviation. My template is going to create a new HILT module, so I'm going to use HM as the abbreviation. We can also enter a description so our users will know what the template does, and then we're ready to write the code. Since I want to create a HILT module, I'm going to start writing all the imports needed, and then I will write the actual code. One powerful feature from live templates is that you can use variables in them. To define a new variable, you wrap it between dollar symbols. In this template, I'm using component class and module class as variables, so when the template is used, they will appear as input fields. If we click on Edit Variables, we can define a default value or assign an expression. In our case, for the module class variable, I wanted to use the file name as its value, so in the expression dropdown, I can go ahead and select file name without extension. We have now created our first live template, but it's only available to us. Let's see how can we include our live template as part of our plugin. We first need to create where the live template will live, so under the resources folder, we create a new directory. Now, we have to find the location of the template that we have just created. All the templates that you create are stored under a templates folder within the configuration directory. Depending on your operating system, this location will be different, so check this URL for more information. I'm on a Mac OS, so this is the location that I will use. Since I created the template under the Kotlin group, my template will be in a Kotlin XML file. I can now copy this file into the live templates folder, and I will also rename it to HILT XML. Here you can see how the template looks like, but we'll come back to it in a second. Now that the template is part of our plugin, we can create a template context type. This will tell the IntelliJ platform where the live template is applicable. We create a new class and extend from template context type, passing an ID and a name. We also have to override the isInContext method. Since our template contains Kotlin code, it can only be used in Kotlin files, so we will return true if the extension of the file matches a Kotlin extension. There are many existing template contexts already defined in the platform, so you don't necessarily always need to create your own context. Back to the template XML file, we have to add a new context element using the ID of our context as the name. And because we created the template as part of the Kotlin group, that's where the template will be shown. If instead we want to create a new group specific to our plugin, we can do that by renaming the group element. The final step is to register an extension point in the plugin XML file. In the default extensions block, we begin by adding a new default live templates element that will point to our HILT XML file. Finally, we create a live template context element and pass the HILT context that we created as the implementation class. We are now ready to test our plugin. I already have a new file called my HILT module, and in there, I can start typing the HM abbreviation, which is immediately picked up by Android Studio. It also shows the description that we set, and if we click Enter, the abbreviation expands to the code of our template. Furthermore, since we created 2 variables, Android Studio is prompting us to enter a value for the first one, and since we use an expression in the second variable, it already has been renamed to the file class name without the extension. If we now go to the Android Studio preferences and open live templates, we can see there is a new group for our plugin which contains our HILT live template.